Hello and welcome to Lewis Round's F1 update. It's January 18th and this is the latest news in the world of Formula 1. So I'll start off then with the biggest news to come out this week, that Bruno Senna, the nephew of the late great Ayrton Senna, has signed for Williams for next season, partnering Pastor Maldonado. He's replacing Rubens Barrichello, the veteran, who looks though he will not be going into his 20th season of Formula 1. Senna, whose uncle Ayrton died while racing for Williams in '94, will start testing for the team in Jerez on the 9th of February, I think. Yeah, 9th of February. So he's quoted to say, "I also want to get some good results in return for my support my country has given to me and helped to get me to this position today." So it'll be very interesting to see how Bruno Senna copes. I think Williams cannot do any worse than they did last year. I think they'll improve different people in the setup of the team itself. I think they'll turn a corner. I think the only reason why it fell is because they went too aggressive on their design for the 2011 car and it completely backfired. I don't think it's anything to do really with the fact that Williams are just struggling financially, and I mean they can't financially compete with the big teams, but I think the car will be stronger. Bruno Senna is a good driver. Whether he's world championship winning material, well, he hasn't really, to be fair, given the chance to, but so far indications he isn't quite at that, but he's definitely a podium finisher. If he was in a top team, he would get you podiums. I think he'd be a consistent driver for your team. And yeah, I'm pretty. The last couple of weeks it has been sort of escalating that Bruno Senna was going to get the drive, especially with Adrian Sutil being given a trial date at the end of this month, after the violence at a nightclub in China last April. So I think Senna was the best candidate. I mean, Barrichello could have, but I think Williams need to look forward now. It's a new era for them, as essential new personnel in the backroom staff. So you want a younger driver who you want to keep for a while. In other news, Caterham have confirmed their move plans. The Malaysian-owned outfit are going to switch base to Oxfordshire from their current place in Norwich, or around the Norwich area. Malaysian owner Caterham F1 have confirmed their plans to move the operational base to a new location in Leafield this year. Caterham, of course, formerly known as Team Lotus, and the year before that Lotus Racing, will switch to the Oxfordshire venue in August, leaving behind the factory in Hingham, Norfolk, that has been home since 2009, of course, when they first started. Expanding to the switch to Leafield, they said, which has previously housed the Arrows and Super Aguri teams. Tony Fernandez said, "The factory in Hingham has served us extremely well. It has given us a perfect platform to establish both the F1 team and our GP2 team, Caterham Racing, in the first stages of our development." But of course, you want to go to somewhere that's a bit bigger, a bit more. It's already got, well, it was built for Formula 1, so I think it's a good switch. And of course, with the Lotus the Lotus name gone, and they have no connections to Lotus. And in other news, Jenson Button is going to test the new MP4 27. The McLaren have revealed their provisional schedule for testing this winter and disclosed that Jenson Button will be the first to try out the eagerly anticipated MP4 27. With the team's new car scheduled to launch on Wednesday, February the 1st, the team have now updated their public plans by revealing that Button will, of course, drive the car first for the first 2 days of the test at Jerez. Lewis Hamilton will then take over the driving duties from Thursday onwards, Thursday, February the 9th. In all, both drivers will run for 6 days each over the winter, with the team committing to all 3 test sessions in full. Of course, there's one test venue at Jerez, and then it's Barcelona and Barcelona again. All 3 tests are 4 days. McLaren, I think, will have a strong car. I think Ferrari will be I think they'll be very strong, especially with the blown diffuser. Without it, it's Silverstone, very, very strong, the fastest team. McLaren struggled, so I think McLaren have got a bit of catching up to do. I think Red Bull will be the fast start of the pre-season. I think they've already, because of the head start they had anyway, I think they'll still be ahead. But Ferrari, I think, will be very strong. It'll be really interesting. Pre-season's now just a couple of weeks away. It's getting close. I'm really looking forward to it now. And then you can just kick-start with all the teams. Then most of the teams will be launching their cars. But it does look like Jenson Button, of course, beating Lewis Hamilton, will be testing the car first. Robert Kubica has reportedly returned home from hospital this week. The Polish driver re-injured his leg, a hairline fracture to his tibia after falling on ice last week. He underwent surgery, which lasted 2 hours, but the 27-year-old was released and has headed home to Monaco to continue his recovery. Best wishes were sent from his former boss Eric Boullier as well. Of course, Kubica, where is he going to get a drive? I think he'll stand a chance if he recovers and their driver gets sacked. I think teams will be very persuaded. Other than that, I can't see this year being I can see this year not being with Robert Kubica connected with Formula 1. And that's then 2 years out. I mean, Michael Schumacher went 3 years out, but he didn't have an injury. We all have to wait and see, I suppose, but Kubica still out for the long haul. And finally, Damon Hill has joined the Sky team. Sky Sports announced that the former world champion Damon Hill has joined their team to cover the 2012 season on their dedicated F1 channel, which is Sky Sports F1 HD. In an entirely unpredicted announcement that also serves to prove that secrets can be kept in Formula 1, the broadcasters have revealed that Hill, who raced in F1 between 92 and 99, he's been hired to provide expert analysis for over 10 of the 20 races this season. And of those 10 races, it will be Australia, Bahrain, Monaco, Britain, Germany, Hungary, Belgium, India, USA and Brazil. Those will be the races he'll be there as a pundit. Of course, he's joining a line of pundits from quite a few from the BBC: Martin Brundle, Anthony Davidson, and in addition David Croft, pit lane reporters Ted Kravitz and Natalie Pinkham. All of those were former BBC employees only just last year. Only 2 people, or 3 in total, are from Sky Sports. 2 of them from Sky Sports, 1 from ITV, who have come to join this F1 channel. That's Steve Ryder from ITV, Georgie Thompson from Sky Sports News, and Steve Lazenby from Sky Sports Rugby presenting. So another addition, Damon Hill, and I think he did well for the BBC or ITV whenever he did commentary for the ITV. I thought he was a good commentator, a good stand-in, and I think he has got a good output, I reckon. An only world champion really, apart from Nigel Mansell, the only British world champion that's not racing at the moment, who's retired, and now he's finished with his presidency of the BDRC. He has time in his hands, and now he's joined Sky. Well, that's it from today's F1 update. Plenty more of that news on my website, www.lewisround.co.uk/WordPress. The website is going to change soon to lewisroundf1.co.uk, but for now the link's in the description bar below. Also, like me on Facebook, Lewis Round F1, and follow me on Twitter, please. Same name, Lewis Round F1, of course. All the details will be in the description bar down below. Thank you very much for listening. I'll be back on next week.